That's good. And this looks like it's good as well. All right. Grab the old playback device. See if anyone wants to hang out tonight. Hey, we got a notification. Would you look at that shit? Thanks, YouTube. I appreciate that. I actually got a notification from my own channel. That means anyone that gets notifications from me is going to get one tonight. So that's pretty cool. We'll see if that actually results in anything. Skip all that dumb shit, whatever that is. All right, cool. Give it a few minutes to get some people up in here, see if anyone wants to come hang out. There's lots we can discuss. Mainly, what's up, Jacob? One of the things I've been enjoying the most today, I think more than anything, is the unadulterated breakdown of the NFL media as they mulled collectively over the NFL Top 100 list. We've learned a lot. I have actually a different take than a lot of people will have on the Top 100 list. I think it was perfect. You want to know why? Football is here, yes, sir. I think the list is perfect for one reason. I take the players and coaches' opinions on who the best players are far more seriously than I do anybody in the media, any fan group, even my own opinions. I change my opinions based on that list every fucking season. I'm not going to lie to you. That list to me is the gospel list. I look at that list like, okay, these are the guys that play against each other and know each other's skill. They know ball better than anybody, just about, other than maybe coaches who are also voting on that list. That list to me is the gospel. Like, I think, like, Josh Allen being 13 is because they look at his numbers and go, oh, it's Dak Prescott who can run a little bit. What's up, Phil? I'm just kind of giving my initial kind of quick thoughts on the top 100 list. We're just getting in. The stream started 2 minutes ago. So I think the list is perfect. Yeah, I get that some people think Josh Allen should have been the number one player for some reason, I guess. I really don't understand that. Like, dude, the breakdown of NFL media over Josh Allen not being the number one player on that list is fucking crazy. You can tell how the NFL media was going to push this year 100% based on their reaction to that list. Because the NFL media was ready to crown Josh Allen as the god of football this year. But now that fucking list is hanging over their head where he's 13th. And that's what the league thinks of him. That's what coaches and players, they're like, hey, he puts up passing numbers like Dak Prescott, and he can run a bit. The best part about this is, it's not even just Buffalo fans. It's all of NFL media. They're freaking the fuck out. To watch any of the shows today, they all have like 10-minute opening segments where some loser is crying because Allen was 13. Like, literally, like they were like, he's going to get his revenge. The list is the most accurate version of what the NFL really is, in my opinion. That is what the players and coaches think. And who knows football better than the players and coaches? Like, I've found out from this, people do not respect the opinions of the players nor the coaches that they root for and, like, want to succeed and do well. And, like, the guys they support, they don't care about their opinions. They just want them to shut up and play football. Because if they cared about their opinions, then this list would be taken more sacrosanct. It would be taken more seriously by people. People would be like, I guess those are the best players in the game. And that's how they're viewed. Why are we denying this list? Because Brady was number one? Does that piss people off? That he threw for the most touchdowns? And like at 44, he was like he was the best quarterback in the NFL last year and probably should have won the fucking MVP. Is it because Brady was number one is why everybody's triggered and Josh Allen wasn't number one? Like, that's the number one complaint I've seen. But when I go look at Josh Allen's passing numbers, Dak Prescott is the exact same passer as him. Same numbers, but Dak is a lot more efficient with the football than Josh Allen. He played in one less game, put up better numbers passing. And Josh Allen's job as a quarterback isn't to play running back. His job as a quarterback is to play quarterback. And I get that he can run, and that's an impressive part of his game, and it's, a big part of it. But he needs to be like a lot better than Dak Prescott at throwing the. And if you think I'm being facetious, go look up their fucking numbers. The same numbers. I think Josh throws more picks than Dak does. And maybe that's why the guys went, well, I don't think he's better than Patrick or Aaron Rodgers at quarterback or Tom Brady. Because when you say Josh Allen should be the number one player in the NFL, you're saying he's a better quarterback right now than Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady. I think that's fucking crazy to actually think that out loud. Like, really, what has he done to earn that? Those three guys have Super Bowl titles. Those three guys have won MVP awards. Those three guys are like guaranteed to be in the championship, like the conference championship of the playoffs every single year almost. Mahomes has been. Rodgers almost always is there. Brady literally every year gets there, and he's played 19 years. I think last year was one of the first years he didn't make it that far, and like 2019 he didn't make it that far. That's about it. I can't remember other than those 2 years the last time he wasn't in a conference championship game. And it's like, no, Josh Allen's better than those guys because he can run really fast. Because he's Cam Newton who can throw slightly better. Like, he's a great physical specimen, and he's a very, very unique talent at quarterback. But to say right now he's better than Mahomes, Rodgers, or Brady is crazy to me. You've done multiple parlay bets this first week. Probably not going to. I hope you win, man. Hopefully you get that to 250. If you do win that big amount, don't forget about me, man. You're going to have to let me hold like a couple $1,000s, You have to let me hold a couple dollars. I bless your bet. Even if the Patriots have to lose, I'll bless your bet on that one. That's my early bets. We can look at the list later on, but I kind of just want to remind people that like when you say things like Josh should be number one, you're ultimately saying he's a better quarterback than those three guys, and it's like no, he isn't. Should he have been top 10? Yeah, I'll give you that argument. Sure, he should be a top 10 player, but again, when you say he should be like ranked higher than those three quarterbacks, that's where I start fighting you. I'm like, no, he isn't better than Mahomes. He isn't better than, and that hurts me to say, because I want him to be. You don't understand. I don't hate Josh Allen. Everyone seems to think I'm on this crazy I hate Buffalo thing. Actually, no, I haven't been accused of that too hard because I've been very open that I wanted Buffalo to take the division from us, and I wanted Allen to succeed, more so than Sam Darnold, which I'm very happy that did happen. But to say he's better than fucking Mahomes, which hurts me to say he's better than Rodgers, which really hurts me to say, is crazy. And to say he's better than Brady's fucking, I don't even know what to call that take. Pats Dolphins, I don't know. I'm leaning Dolphins right now, based on the way we start slow. Like the way I look at it is, unless Tua's just a mitigated disaster and we can really shut down their offense, we're probably not going to be able to put up the points we need to win right away. I mean, even all the coaches are like, we might not be going until mid-season. So I'm like, shit, here comes another bad September. And to be fair to the Patriots, they really do use September as an extended preseason bit. So I'm kind of probably going to pick Miami to win that game. It's in Miami. They're probably going to come out of the gates like fucking shit cannons. And we're going to come out fucking stumbling like usual. I don't know. We never look good out of the gate. Except for literally the year we had Randy Moss. I wish we were playing the Jets because then we could just beat the dog shit out of them and move on. You know what I can't wait for? You know what we're going to do to that Sauce Gardner kid, right? If he's not actually like a fucking developed player by the time New England comes into town, we're dropping some serious points on Sauce Gardner. That poor dude. Belichick's about to make that guy look fucking bad. He's going to give up his first touchdown in a long motherfucking time to some B- receiver that New England has. I got a very confident. I actually might go put money on that Gardner gives up a touchdown in that game. Maybe two. I'm so ready to shut them motherfucking Jets fans down and be like, well, look, it's like you guys can try again next year. How's that fucking 43-7 loss feel? Fucking losers. And guess what? I feel nothing about talking shit to Jets fans. I hate them the most. You know why I hate the Jets fans the most? Why I think they're the scummiest fan bases? Because fuck them. That's why. I have no reason. I just whenever I see or talk about or see, I'm like, oh, haha, you guys are fucking garbage. And I think it's because of this one reason. The way the media talks about the Jets, hypes up the Jets, pretends like the Jets are just about to get it going. They're the next up and coming team. You have to kind of understand. Does the media, until the football season is like halfway through and the Jets are clearly a shit team again, they don't say anything fucking bad about the Jets until like week 9. Like, they act like the Jets are like this miracle team. Like they sign all these great offseason free agents. They do this right. They do that right. You can see it right now. Like, people have this weird hype around a team that averages like 3 wins a season, and they never point out the long history of failures. No matter what top free agent they sign, has it ever worked? Have they been good since the 60s? No, they haven't been. They had that like one weird stretch when they let Rex Ryan run the team, and then they fired him for no reason. And, like, the Jets are just a bad team, and I don't understand why everyone's like, well, this is the year they're going to do it. Did you see all the new pieces they brought in? It's like, yeah, when has that ever done anything for the Jets? Can you name me one time? I can tell you shitloads of time they've spent money like they did, brought in all these top-tier free agents, and did absolutely nothing. Yeah, but they didn't have good coaches. Yeah, they did. They've had really, really good head coaches in their past. Todd Bowles was their head coach, and they couldn't do shit. Rex Ryan, they couldn't do shit with. And these were guys that were given stacked fucking rosters when they took. I'm talking like the best corners in football, like Cromartie and Revis at one time. They didn't win it. Like, they got to like the AFC Championship game, and that was the best they could pull off with one of the greatest defense secondaries I've ever seen in the league. It was crazy. Yeah, the Jets could sell the resignation napkin. That's pretty funny. I don't know. That's why I don't like the Jets. And, like, the media just always pumps them up. And then you get to, like, the Patriots, and they act like the sky is fucking falling every year I've ever been a fan of that team. I've never went into a Patriots season with a lot of hype behind the Patriots. Only season we had that was '08, and Tom Brady tore his ACL. But if you follow the media only, you would think New England's about to win like 6 games. It's the end of the Patriots every fucking offseason except going into after the undefeated year, going into '08 because the team was basically the same. There's never been hype for like, we've always been like, we're going to be bad now. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Max Kellerman since like 2010 has been running with the sky is falling in New England theory, and then gave it up when we beat the Falcons finally. Or when we beat the Rams. Sorry, it took the Rams win to shut them up. Yeah, literally, you just say it's all over. Like, it's just so annoying to see one team do nothing in that division. It's crazy. Yeah, Buffalo, by the way, like, it's nice to see the right New York team finally getting attention. Like, the only actual team in New York. And, like, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. It's so, and the way Buffalo's handled, I don't get it. Like, they should be the only team New York media props up as, like, it's golden goose. Because they're the only team actually that plays in the state of New York. That's the craziest part to me is, well, you guys only got like one state team. What? Damn, there's only 5 people coming to stream tonight. That sucks. Well, that's all right. Maybe some more people will pop in. The Bills are a Super Bowl contender, and I don't know. I don't know. Seems like the New York media always forgets that they got the Bills they could gush on, but they choose to gush on teams like the Giants and the Jets, and it's like, ugh, why would you do that? I guess the Giants make sense every like, I don't know, once a decade they're fucking really good. You know what I mean? I will give the Giants credit. Compared to a lot of teams, they actually do win quite a bit. Like, all of a sudden they'll just win some games and just win a Super Bowl. So the Giants do deserve the love they get because they're never bad for more than like a decade at a time. Like eventually we'll see the Giants like somehow get a football team and then like they'll win a Super Bowl and then they'll be bad again for another 10 years and then they'll win another Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure if you date it back like 40 years, they've won a Super Bowl every decade. If you think I'm crazy, I think they won in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. It's one of the craziest streaks I think I've ever seen. It's like, wow, they're just always pretty solid. So I won't really shit much on the Giants. You know, there's not much there to shit on. What's up, Ben? But yeah, I don't like the Jets. How much media love they get and how much my team gets shit on, it's not really fair. Like, if you were to only follow media this season, you'd be like, man, the Patriots are garbage and the Jets are about to have a great season. Yeah, Jimmy G. Well, if you follow my channel, you would know that they were never going to get rid of Jimmy G. KC shouldn't have the corners to stop the Bills. Yeah, they shouldn't have it. With no QB, yeah. But yeah, no, Jimmy, yeah, I've said from the beginning about Jimmy Garoppolo, there is really, like, why in the world right now would you get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo if you're the fourth? They can afford both of them. Yeah, Jets to the Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly. You'd think if you just followed media that the Jets have this great young team and they're about to take the major steps. And they were losing to teams bad last year with the same motherfuckers and like 3 new guys added in. It's not that much better. Again, I'm still going to laugh hysterically when the Patriots light fucking Sauce Gardner up. And then I can go, I was told he was the best corner of all time. What happened to this fucking guy? Because the Jets are just a fun house and we beat up on the Jets. That is what it is. The Jets are our bitch. Maybe they'll actually play us good this year and we'll lose. Maybe. No, I think they'll go with Trey. The thing is, it's not a bad idea to keep a veteran quarterback in this situation, especially since you really don't know with Lance. You know? What happens if he's just absolute garbage and they got to bring Jimmy back? And then it's like, yeah, that's why you don't do that. There's like, again, the only reason you move on from Jimmy G if you're the 49ers is if you don't want to deal with the fact that Jimmy G's made up of glass. That's the literal only problem with Jimmy Garoppolo. I can almost promise you that's the only, like, if you were to ask Kyle Shanahan, why do you want to get rid of Jimmy G? Oh, we don't. He just can't stay healthy. We'd prefer to keep a guy who's put us in NFC title games like every fucking year he's been healthy and been able to somewhat play football. You got to admit, the dude is impressive in the playoffs. He somehow gets his team just about to the Super Bowl whenever he's healthy. And you have to admit, what more do you want out of your quarterback? If it wasn't for the defense collapsing against the Chiefs, that motherfucker would have had a ring. And then it'd be like, well, how do you get rid of a quarterback despite the way that you see it? What happens? He won a Super Bowl. Like, imagine if you could actually say that. Like, it's literally his defense fucked him in that Super Bowl. Literally, Jimmy G is a great backup quarterback because he's like the anti-diva type. Like, despite the, he's a very good-looking dude, you'd fully understand if he was a bit, fuck all this, I don't need to. No, dude, he's like the consummate teammate, too. He's like the idea teammate for a guy like that. He's just, all right. I'm just going to do Jimmy G shit. I'll see you guys. Don't call me. I won't answer. Jimmy, we need to get a hold of you. I don't care about any of that. Jimmy G's he's just like me, by the way. If you had my personal number or Snapchat, I never answer them motherfuckers. Except for when I get around to it. I'm so bad about stuff like that. I completely understand and it's not out of malice. It's just shit goes on my phone and I go, I'm in the middle of something, and I close it and I just forget about it because I got bad short-term memory. Not even short-term. I don't know what that is. I'm like in the middle of like 50 different things. And like something will pop up and I'll just completely forget about it because I'm in like 50 different things. Yeah, so some people just don't respond to messages instantaneously because we're not like glued in. Like some people are just really good about social media, like about answering people immediately, and I'm just not that guy. I just can't. I get so I don't know. I think I have ADHD that's just gone wildly undiagnosed into my 30s almost. But, it's fucking gotten me to here, so why bother? And again, whenever I've taken something like Adderall, I get fucking way too hyper focused and I get fucking freaked out, and then I just sit there until it wears off because I'm like, I can't think straight, or I can't think about things right. Because all I can do is think about one or two things when I'm on them, whenever I take an upper pill to try and like study. It never works the way it's supposed to. I just literally go, I can't fucking think anymore. And I'm like, I think this is how normal people feel. I'm like, oh, this is scary. And I just think about how weird it is I can't fucking have my thoughts race. And then I'm like, I don't like this at all. So I can't take those. Again, it fucks my head all up. And I'm pretty sure that means it's working. I'm like, uh-oh. Ooh, that's not good. If the QBs don't answer you in the offseason. Yeah, exactly. It's the offseason. Who gives a shit? If it's an emergency, you'll call them. You'll keep calling. So, yeah, the preseason ended. I guess we could start talking about that to some extent. I don't know. It's a preseason, right? I think going forward, though, as we've kind of been figuring out this preseason, I don't know how much we're going to be able to take from like these things going forward. If that makes any kind of sense. Damn, this stream is dead as fuck. I mean, people are talking, which is good because it's helping out, but I don't think anybody showed like is coming tonight. All the people who were earlier were like, I don't want to talk about that, and then they left. It's like, I mean, it says literally other NFL talk. Yeah, I mean, there's really, I don't know, preseason just seems stupid at this point. Like, all it is like just checking out your depth. I don't think next season they'll cut out a game. I don't think they can touch any of the preseason or season lengths till 2025. They agreed, I think it's 2025, 2024. None of this will change for several years. They have like locked in CBA agreements, locked in contracts, locked in this, locked in that. So, nah, they won't change next year. Like, it just can't. Like, there's just no legal way to change anything. Unless the NFL just goes, we're now a dictatorship, and just changes it. But they can't do that. They got like TV deals and fucking all kinds of crazy shit locked in until 2025. I think at 2025 they're gonna review everything, and then they'll reevaluate and see if they want to go to 18 regular season games, cut some preseason out, add more joint practices. Because again, regarding joint practices, I don't think those are that popular amongst the players. But I think if it was explained to the players as a way to get rid of some of these preseason games, I think a lot more players would be like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We don't want to fucking do this anymore. Again, because the preseason is mainly garbage now. It's not even utilized in the same way it used to be. So I don't, if it's like the third week of the preseason should always be like the stretch out week, and barely anybody did that. So I don't really know what the best solution is there. Do they cut games and go to more joint practices? That's the best way to get starter reps. But then again, they don't really get game time. But you're wondering, like, what does that really mean? Didn't really fuck anything up last year. The two preseason games? I think that was one of the best starts to the season we've ever had. There was no, like, laggy offense. Everybody was kind of sharp. Like, you know what I mean? Like, usually it's like there's like a common thread in the NFL where defensive teams start out hotter than offensive teams. And that certainly wasn't the case. Some teams started out really fast and some teams started out slow. Like the more gadget-heavy offenses were kind of like lagging behind. But that's all the time for them. They like it wouldn't matter if they played 7 preseason games. Them motherfuckers just need regular game time. But I would say that there was a lot less like lag than usual preseasons even. So I'm wondering if, like, I wonder if just getting more of those joint practices in and, like, because those go, I think, full speed for the most part. I think linemen, they probably try to, like, not let them go full speed at one another, but they might. Who knows? I would imagine not, though. That seems like a group of guys that'd be like, yeah, we should probably not go fucking balls to the wall. Damn, where is everybody? Guess they're all busy doing nothing. What's up, Gabriel? How's it going, man? But yeah, it's we're just about what? Let's see, about if you don't count today, 9 days away from the start of the season. How do I think the Patriots will do this season? Oh boy. Um, Probably anywhere from 9 to 10 wins. It's probably going to be a lot like last season. Going to start super slow, pick it up in the middle of the season, and I hope we end better than we did last year. And I think a more experienced team will do that, and a little bit younger team will have that. Won't have the issues we had last season with players getting kind of exhausted. But I just really don't. I don't know about the offense the first few weeks of the season. I'm a little worried about that. What do you feel about them giving themselves up? Like, what do you mean for running back? What do you mean by giving themselves up? Oh, like, wait, I'm confused about what you mean by that. Actually, like, Gabriel, as much as I want to beat Miami week 1, I have my doubts about week 1 because they're gonna play that a certain way, and you know how the Patriots are. They're not gonna fucking play Miami hard as fuck for no reason. They're gonna just try and get everything right and go. It's just consistency with the team. But yeah. Oh, I think that they probably shouldn't do that. I think the name of the position is a running back. Like your job is to get hit and like as bad as that sounds, it's like there's a reason that's a dying position, and that's because it's like the one job you have is to go run into people and try and get like broken tackles and shit. I don't know, like that. I don't know. I'd feel really weird if running backs started sliding and giving themselves out of the play. It's like, well, then go be a wide receiver, dude. Like learn how to catch the ball and just be a receiver. Like it's. I think that's my main retort is like, why not just go be a wide receiver then? Because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't feel any kind of way if a receiver was giving himself up and just like getting hit and taking himself out of the play. Because I see receivers avoid hits all the time, but I'd feel really weird if I had a running back who wasn't like a primary receiving back started like sliding out of the way and like not like avoiding hits. I'd be like, what the hell is he doing? He's a fucking running back. Like runs up the middle and slides. Like, dude, you had an extra 8 yards if you'd have just plowed through a guy, like tried to plow through him. Why are you giving up yards to safety? Like, what? Like that's not your position. That's not your role in the offense. You know what I mean? I'd feel very strange about that. I understand the idea. Like it'd be better for their career, right? It'd be better for their long-term health. It'd probably make them be able to play longer. But I don't know. Ultimately, I think that'd probably be pretty bad. Yeah, hopefully we have a great season, Gabriel. But it's just, yeah, I don't see it. If you're that worried, just be a slot receiver. If you're a running back and you don't want to get hit like the way you did, just go be like a slot receiver. I don't know. Unless you don't got the hands, then play defense. But then again, you don't really want to hit people because you're avoiding slides. Maybe grab the football, see if you can throw it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess people don't want to talk about anything to do with the preseason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it got. I'm suppressed again. That sucks. I don't even see the video on my feed for some reason. That's always strange. It's like, oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't know how much longer we'll do that. I don't know. The stream's just kind of dead. It just won't get above 5 people. It's been dancing between 5 and 6 for the majority of the stream. It just seems dead. There's been a couple cuts like Tony Jefferson and all that stuff, but I'm kind of saving that for Wednesday for the news stream. And plus, like, nothing's all finalized yet, and it's kind of, kind of bumpy, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is a really dead stream. I don't think we've gone over 8 people yet. Seems dramatic. There's a number of people I just want to rip mods from because they just don't come to the streams anymore. Like, I don't see this person. Let's see. They don't come enough. They don't really come enough. Rest of them are probably fine for now. Definitely had to get rid of some mods though. But yeah, for the most part, I think like Tony Jefferson's been the more significant one. Geno Smith? I don't know. He's probably just gonna be Geno Smith. Nothing too crazy. He had the best spring or the better fall for anybody out of their team, so I guess he won the job. Was I supposed to see something specific from Geno Smith or Kennedy? Just seems like a Pats receiver. I wouldn't be surprised shocked if they pick him up. Them or Tampa Bay are probably gonna pick Kennedy from the Lions. The only issue with Kennedy right now is I don't really see where in our receiving room he'd fit. Because our receiving room actually isn't that bad right now. Especially if you're like talking about a possession receiver. Wait, what reporter? What'd the reporter say? I think Kennedy is going to wind up in Tampa, though. I wouldn't be shocked about that, and I keep my eye on that one. But New England doesn't really need another possession receiver. We got, like, everybody but Nelson Aguilar and Thornton are possession receivers, and kind of Kendrick Bourne. Everyone else, basic possession guy. So I don't know if we need another guy who can just catch the ball really good. It's like, well, we got, like, fucking 7 of them. Like, we need a guy who's, like, a burner. Last week that the Seattle QB battle was the most pathetic. Oh, yeah, I seen that. That was hilarious that the guy said that. Well, I mean, is he wrong, though? Drew Lock versus Geno Smith. Yeah, that's all. I have no problem with Kennedy, but he's just not really what the Patriots need right away. If somebody gets hurt, I wouldn't mind bringing him back. It's just fucked up that he said that. Yeah, it's like he's on it. It's an honest statement, but it's also like, why would you just say that? But like I said earlier, Brad Holmes can't admit he messed up between the Benson trade. Which Benson? Oh, the like one of the few Brad Holmes mistakes. He just, yeah, you know. So maybe he thinks he's gonna be right, or the fact that they drafted Well, that was Quinn, wasn't it? At least they're gonna try Jeff Okudah again. I don't know. I think the Lions might have made a mistake with that, making him the guy. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like Okuda. We'll see though. Maybe the Patriots the Lions were using him incorrectly, kind of like in a man cover situation, and he's better off in the Lions run a zone secondary right now, right? like more like zone coverage in their defense, rather than the fucking man zero the Patriots slash Patricia was trying to run when he was on the Lions. Yeah, let's take a bunch of guys who are probably better in zone coverage and have them all play man zero. Why can't anybody cover in Detroit anymore? What the fuck happened? I don't know, Patricia, because these guys aren't corners designed to fucking play fucking zero coverage up top. You don't have a bunch of man coverage people in Detroit. It's not New England. You don't have a fucking wizard at head coach who can just point at a corner and go, he's going to be probably pretty good. And then they have a fucking Hall of Fame season. I don't know how to put that into thoughts though with the Patriots. It's like, yeah, they just get rid of corners and produce a new top corner every 4 years. It's a hilarious factory. In all honesty, Holmes' draft has been average. Sewell was the obvious pick. Levi and McNeil have been bad, which were second and third round picks, and St. Brown was the only good pick. I mean, I hate to say this, but Bob Quinn was probably a better drafter than Brad Holmes. 4.26, yeah, that's fucking zone. If Brad Holmes didn't tie, or if Bob Quinn didn't tie his ship to Matt Patricia, he'd probably still be the GM. I mean, if you really go look around, the Lions, like, all their top talented players are all, like, fucking Brad Holmes guys or Bob Quinn guys. Again, you may not like it. Man could fucking evaluate talent and draft people. That was his specialty in New England. It's what he's good at. You can't, and even if you hated that dude, you have to at least give him his dues. He brought you motherfuckers in a lot of good talent, especially your offensive line. You can basically just look at Bob Quinn and go, thanks for that. And you brought us Swift and Hawkinson and the Aquaras. I mean, you got rid of Quandre Diggs for no fucking reason, and and that was Patricia, not Bob Quinn. Just to remind you. Are you talking overall teams or are you talking specific players? Because I'm starting to shape up my dark horse picks this season. I like the Lions as a dark horse team. And these are teams that realistically will finish with like 7 wins at most. But like these are the teams I think that could really surprise the shit out of people. And I don't know if the Lions really count as a dark horse because I feel like a lot of people are going to have the Lions as a dark horse pick. And that just seems like, I don't know. Individual players I haven't really thought of. That might be a little easier. Individual players. I wouldn't take that last preseason game to heart. They had like their shitty backup quarterbacks in. If Jared Goff gets hurt, yeah, the season's fucked because they don't have a backup quarterback in Detroit. I can't believe they're not trying to go get somebody else. Holy shit. I'd have looked at that game and went, well, you're both cut. I guess we'll pick up whoever becomes available really quickly here because holy shit, you both are terrible. It's like if we lose Goff for whatever reason, we're fucked. The season's basically just over. Like, there is no... They should go get that Streveler from the Jets. Fuck it. He's probably way better than Blau and way better than... Well, Boyle's already gone. Just cut David Blau as well and go sign that kid from the Jets that was winning all them games. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 wins. You know, you can put it in that range, the 5 to 7 range. But again, if they suddenly just take off as a good team, really wouldn't be that shocking. Wouldn't be too crazy. I think, Chase, and I will defend their secondary. Yeah, it was kind of bad last year. But I think every fucking player on that secondary was like a rookie or in their second year. Like it was one of them things where you really look at it. Them having like you look at guys like Jerry Jacobs, right? He had a solid year and he was a rookie. That Ifluwanulu, second year last year. Another really hard to say name. Had a great rookie season. Like, you have to kind of think about, like, did they really need all of that fucking help at the secondary, or do they just need their secondary to mature like 2 more years? What's up, Alex? That's the kind of way I look at the Lions, right? Like a lot of their secondary is super young, and they were fucking lights out at times last year. Like they showed signs of having a brilliant secondary if you give them like maybe this season too. And maybe they should have brought a veteran in to kind of like lead run it and kind of like be like the center like safety. Like maybe if Mark, bring him in and kind of like let him be like the centerpiece of it and kind of bring these young kids along. But maybe that's not really the identity Yeah, but they're what, like second year players? Is this going to be his third year? And I'm more on the Iflat Wanu and Jerry Jacobs being like stars. I think they're going to have breakout years, like really big years. I mean, hell, Jerry Jacobs went from undrafted to like our best fucking corner last year. Like to the point where it's like, wow, Jerry Jacobs is usually playing on the Patriots, not Detroit. That's how good of a pick he was, actually. I mean, you got to give credit somewhat to Brad Holmes for like other things he's done. Like, I don't know. You're like, he's only had Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's the only good pick. It's like, well, what about the undrafted players like Jerry Jacobs? That was a literal home run. If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, that's a solid rookie campaign from him, and he was undrafted. I don't know. I tend to not look at the sky as falling with everything. Because if you look at if you only look at like the negatives, you'll never. That's just the only way you can look at your team. Like, so to you, the Lions are 2 wins better than they were last season, which is a statement for a team that was losing games by like a point because they didn't have a kicker for the fucking first 9 weeks of the season. But like, I don't know. I think they're a little better than 2 more wins, but I mean, we'll see. Unless they just get hurt again. They did have to deal with a fucking plethora of injuries. And I guess if their kicking game is shitty again, then I guess they might be kind of fucked. But I do very clearly remember a Lions team that dealt with a silly number of injuries. Or like a silly number of problems because they fucking couldn't kick field goals for like 10 weeks. And if you go back and look, it's like, wow, there are like 6 games they could have won way before they won their first game if they'd have just been able to kick a field goal. I don't know. I like with individual players, it's hard for me to like point out who's gonna like have a crazy season, especially sleepers. I have a bad track record with non-quarterbacks for figuring out who's gonna have a breakout year. I tend to get really hyped up on shit that I shouldn't get hyped up on. Like I'll see them do like a sweet workout video and completely forget that has nothing to do with football. Like almost nothing. Man, dude, you should have seen his fucking. Oh yeah, he still sucks. He can't catch. Never mind. Like I'll get I seen that N'Keal Harry lost like 30 pounds and be like, oh dude, he's shredded now. He's about to be a beast. And it just doesn't mean anything. It's just like, yeah, right. Yeah, he's in great shape, dude. He still sucks at football. Like I don't think that changed anything, really, did it? Yeah, I'll get really hyped up on like stupid shit, and so like it gets hard for me to like fairly judge what a season's gonna look like, and I don't know why that happens. I'll get really just stuff that has nothing to do with football. All right, well this stream is effective. There's only been I think 30 people to come to the stream, so I'm probably gonna start to wrap this up tonight. Yeah, I mean, Cam's never not been a great athlete. His football a bit. See, the problem with Cam is kind of a cautionary tale for a guy like a Josh Allen. Like, if you're Josh Allen, you should look at Cam Newton and be like, I got to stop running the fucking football. Because, again, Cam was – we've seen Josh Allen like 5 years ago. I've seen this before. That's why I'm not that impressed by this. I've seen this. Where have I seen this before? Oh, yeah, the guy in Carolina who was doing this exact thing. Even similar passing ability. I guess Josh was slightly better at passing, or is a better passer, but Cam was a way better runner then. Like, it's like if you want to play that, it's just – but Before Cam started getting hurt, this dude was fucking unstoppable, just like Josh Allen is. And I pray to God this doesn't happen, but like, boy, are their careers similar. They feel similar. Except Cam, I think, was more like immediate out of the gate. Yeah, have a good one, Gabriel. I'll stay around for a little bit. You're going to catch some Z's. He's good. Yeah, he runs to contact just like Cam Newton did. He's big and strong just like Cam Newton is. Man, I don't know. I really hope I hope he's just way more durable too, but sometimes it don't matter how fucking durable you are. You get hit enough times, just like Super Cam. Cam could never be hurt till he got hurt. And then he never stopped getting hurt. Like, just remember that, by the way. Just remember what I said about this. It's like Cam was unhurtable, and then he got hurt, and then he's gone. That's the fate of a lot of running quarterbacks, by the way. They just suddenly they don't get hurt, and then they suffer like one injury, and you just never see them again. It's just like, well, what happened? Well, they tore their ACL, they came back, fucked their shoulder all up, came back, and just never could play right again. It's like a weird, sad cycle of running quarterbacks or like run first mentality. Like I really hope Josh stops doing it. Really, like I was always saying this about Cam. I was like, man, I hope he stops running like that. Because again, I actually like Cam Newton quite a bit. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. But again, man, I really hope Josh Allen doesn't do that. Because Josh Allen's game is fun as fuck to watch when it's not against my team. He's very, it's very hard to figure. But like once teams figure out the slight tells that he has, and know he's taken off, like Mike said, somebody's not going to want to be made a highlight. And they're going to fucking rail his ass as a ball carrier. Happened to Cam Newton. Cam was probably a lot more liked than fucking Josh Allen was too. I don't know. Actually, they were probably pretty both. I don't know any player who doesn't really like Josh Allen. So I don't know why I just said that. It's like there's like this secret cabal of players that are like, fuck Josh Allen. Like, I don't think that actually exists. I don't even think there was like, what's crazy is of all players who had something like that exist against them, do you know Tom Brady had a fuck Tom Brady cabal against him? Some players do. I think some players don't like his attitude, but I also think what's weird about Baker? I think he's another person who is sort of like a victim of the media, like saying that he's unlike the, like, him and Odell are perfectly fine now, right? Like they're like close, like they actually talk regularly now. They communicate very well. I'm wondering, because Odell kind of just has Odell's kind of just Odell, but nobody else from that fucking Browns team has ever said like a foul word about Baker, like except for like the coaches were like, oh, he's childish. Like I'm just trying to think like, yeah, Josh is chirpy, but everyone's chirpy in the NFL. But it's kind of like Terrell Owens with Baker. It's like, is there like a long list of long list of his Browns teammates who are just like, thank God he's gone. He fucking sucked to have in the locker room. What a terrible team leader. Like I don't know if I get that vibe. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if players just go fuck Baker Mayfield. Like they might be like, yeah, he's kind of annoying, but like overall he's a good dude. Like, I don't know. I think it's like a thing where like maybe there's a perception about him, and then the second they meet him, they're like, oh, this is way different than I thought it was going to be. It's almost like that happens with Baker. Like they hate the media version of Baker, and then when they actually get to meet Baker, they're like, oh, never mind, actually, this guy's way different. Because even Robbie Anderson was like, No, I'm totally cool with Baker now. I was completely wrong. Like, remember what? What's up, Daniel? Remember what Robbie Anderson said? He's like, he went from kind of like not wanting Baker on the team to like, hey, what's up, Caden? To like, yeah, I don't. I actually Baker's pretty good. Like, did you see that change though? Like the set he was kind of against it before he showed up. Baker comes to the team. Robbie goes, wait a sec, that's not what I actually like Baker Mayfield. Never mind. And he's very happy with Baker, unless he's just a very good shit talker. But, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just like you see one thing about Baker, and then it's just like you see the way that you have to kind of read things. Yeah, that situation in Cleveland fucking deteriorated so goddamn fast. I like the like uh, unless he won a Super Bowl that year, the Ohio media was never gonna let Baker Mayfield work in Cleveland. Dude, the state of Ohio hates him for one reason and one reason only. If if it was any other player that played with like the number of injuries Baker Mayfield just played for that fucking team, they'd be like praising him as like the toughest fucking dude they've ever seen. Because he shouldn't have been playing, and he did that just for the Browns to like, because he thought the best situation would have been him playing so they could win. And if anyone else would have done that for their team, he like I don't know why the fans turned on him after that season, dude. If I would have ever found out that Brady was playing with like a broken back, do you know how much? I bet, dude, he's the toughest quarterback in the league. Look at the way Lions fans put on for Stafford when he played hurt. They don't let people say he played bad those seasons because they're like, dude, he had a fucking like you'll literally you'll get read the riot act by Lions fans. Be like, why did he play bad in this one year? Dude, he had a fucking broken back. He had this. Fuck you. He was tough to play. Go fuck. Like you'll actually get like ran down on by a Lions fan if you like question Stafford's couple bad seasons. For sure, Chase. Have a good night, man. Like, you can't really point out the bad years because you get ran down. Like, Baker, everybody just said he played like garbage, and Browns fans are like, yeah, we don't even know why. Like, they don't, and again, I know what it is. What happened with Baker, they hate him from college still. They still haven't gotten over, despite all he did for Cleveland. They still haven't gotten over when that fucking dude ran out there with that pull. When he beat the Ohio State Buckeyes in Ohio State, in Columbus. And he ran out there with his school's flag and went, foom, 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 and slammed that cocksucker right in the middle of their field. And the motherfuckers they just never got over it. Unless he won them a Super Bowl, he was never going to get out of that fucking doing that to them. Then the second they had an opportunity to jump this dude, they were like, fuck this guy. We got him now. And that's just the sad reality of that situation in Cleveland. That's why it didn't work out in Cleveland for Baker. And that's the only reason I'll ever believe why they hate him so much. Because it's like, I genuinely don't get it. Like, I'm like, what? Why do they hate this guy so much? This dude played for them completely broken because their backup quarterback situation was a fucking joke, and they would have just lost anyway if he wasn't out there. At least your starter was trying. And like, he literally won a playoff game for a team that hadn't been in the playoffs in fucking like 30 years, let alone win a playoff game. I don't think that iteration of that Browns team had ever won a playoff game since they came back in like the 90s from being traded away to Baltimore. Again, I don't think they ever won a playoff game. He won them their like first one. Oh, dude, I hope he plants a fucking flag too. I hope he beats them and plants a flag right in their fucking I'd be like, oh, that's beautiful. Well, and he won't even have to apologize for it and shit because he's in the NFL now, and everyone will be like, go Baker, fuck Ohio. That'll be one of my favorite moves. But again, I've literally never understood why to me, there's only one reason Ohio State fans just don't, or people of Ohio just do not like Baker. And you guys have to agree, I'm probably right about this. Because, like, really think about it. Can you come up with a reason why they don't like this dude as their starting quarterback? Again, if it was only because they wanted to get Deshaun, hey, that's cool. But, like, some of the fans hate Baker there. Like, they think like they would have won Super Bowls without Baker Mayfield. And it's like, man, you guys are. I hope Lions fans never get like Browns fans. Like, I genuinely hope you, like, Lions fans who I genuinely, like, really like, I hope you guys never turn into Browns fans. Like, I hope you guys don't win some playoff games and then turn into, like, the biggest dipshits in the NFL. Like, I just hope that doesn't happen. Because no offense to Browns fans. You guys went from, like, very lovable people to, like just the most entitled fans I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm like, whoa. Like, I get they want to win, but, like, enjoy the process of getting there. Holy shit. 4 years ago, you guys were an easy W on every single team's schedule, right? Like, it literally was like, oh, the Browns win. Browns and Jags, W. Oh, Jets, too. We got the 3 worst teams in the NFL right in a row. Like, that was you guys 4 years ago. Now it's like, get rid of our best quarterback in fucking franchise history for a fucking rapist so we can win a Super Bowl in 2 years. Fuck yeah. It's like, whoa. Where did that come from? Like, think about, like, 4 years ago, they were like, maybe we can win some games this year. Let's fucking go. We won a football game. Like, 4 years ago, they were like, hey, we didn't go defeated this year. We won 2 games. We better win the Super Bowl this year or else it's fucking pandemonium and we want Baker gone. You don't see the entitlement there. It's like, whoa, you guys gave up on a quarterback in year 3 and you guys were a dumpster fire? A guy who had 3 different. Wow, what a crazy fan base. I would hate to be a player for the Browns. Holy shit. I'd be like, I don't want to play here. Why? These fans have the wildest expectations for being like a dumpster fire 4 years ago. And the proper move would have been waiting for Baker to get better. Oh yeah, and I almost hope they don't. Like, there's a part of me that see, the problem is the Browns will win games next year. Like, I almost bet if they can somehow win 5 games with their backups, they'll win out. Like, whatever games Watson plays this year, they'll go 10-6 or like 12-5. Say they lose 5 games and win 6, they'll win the next 5 games and go 7 games and just dominate people. Like I fully expect if when Watson does come back, he's going to shit on this league. That man's too good to be bad at football. I don't care about the off-field stuff. It has nothing to do with the fact that this man is a bad dude on that football field. Like, to me, it's almost like, they'll probably win the Super Bowl in 2023-2024 season. Like, look at that roster, and they have a shitload of money to play with next season too. But I think next year is the last year where the Browns have like an absurd amount of fucking money. Because they never had to pay Baker, so they kind of just got away with like this crazy amount of salary. But it's either next year. They have one more offseason where they can spend like buco dollars, and that's next year. But I think they have to pay a bunch of people, so it's kind of like that. This was their last offseason. They could just flex on everybody. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up here, though, because this stream is effectively dead, and I just went an hour or so. Thank you guys to the people who showed up. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Very cool. We'll go live again probably Wednesday for an NFL Weekly News. I usually like to take Tuesdays off to chill, so you probably won't see me much tomorrow. But, again, you'll see me Wednesday, probably like 9:30 or so, like kind of like, sometime around then. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a Tigers game tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. All right, though. Peace out, everybody. Have a good rest of your night, morning, day, whenever you want to give this a listen. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Peace out.